Maybe these days I trust.
Okay. These days I trust.
The process. I trust the process. I have stopped trying to figure out what the fuck is gonna happen next, and I'm trusting the process because it has always worked out.
That is good.
It feels professional. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, don't be. It's like a really nice conversation, just of two friends that fellow travelers meeting on this cool hostel and deciding to talk about some interesting stuff.
I've read the questions before, but I forget everything.
I don't think that is too bad because then it like hits you directly.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm wanting to always say something in the beginning, but I haven't really caught it yet. Today I'm sitting here with a fellow traveler on this winding road we all call life, which I really like, but I maybe want to improve it. But yeah, today I'm sitting here with a fellow traveler on this winding road we all call life. Oh, and now the train, choo choo choo. This is perfect timing. Just before, now we have 1 hour of freedom and silence, and then it's going again. While I was doing the introduction, there was this police car and the sirens coming. I was I have to do it again. Then I started the next one, and then some airplane was driving around, flying around. I was come on,
you
please.
never realize how many noises there are until you want to do something like this, and then you're everything is going off at the same time.
Yeah, but I have a thing where I can isolate the voices. So
on your phone?
Yes, on the video editing thing.
So wait, is the audio different to the recording?
The audio, yes. No, not really. I use the audio of this video, and I basically have here the voice memo just to know it's I use it more as a timer, and I can here add a bookmark, and then I know, okay, at this kind of stop, I can use it as a reel or something, but
I get you. Yeah.
I'm still in the process of figuring out everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much. My second coffee from you for today.
Oh,
it's a good day.
Oh, it is a good day. Even though that you're leaving, which makes it not too nice, but at least it's a good goodbye.
It's an amazing goodbye. It's such a beautiful day today as well. I feel like I find it really difficult to do goodbyes.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
You have to adapt the German language and say Auf Wiedersehen, which means until we see again.
Is that the direct translation?
Auf Wiedersehen is till we meet again, I would say, or till we see each other again.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it.
And that always is the way it feels when you're traveling. I feel like when the amount of goodbyes that I've said here in New Zealand to people I've met, and then we just keep crossing paths, and it gets embarrassing. You're I'm never saying goodbye again, because I'll just see you again. I will see you again.
Yeah. I think I'll try to adapt that and then just say Auf Wiedersehen. I'm creating so many new words. With the video with Nick, I had lactum, freedom for the legs.
Lactum. Lactum sounds like a body part. Lactum. Somewhere deep inside. My lactum needs stretching today.
Okay, that sounds wrong. But yeah. True, it does. It does.
A little bit.
Okay. Let's dive right in with my first question.
Okay.
And then we see where the path takes us. Right. What sparked your journey? The moment you knew you had to leave something behind or start something new?
Okay. So what sparked my journey was I had just finished university in Ireland, and I was kind of at a crossroads of go and get a big girl job or run away. And I chose run away. Yeah, thank you. Because I think I was a bit I have no money right now. I could go get a crazy job and try and save before I travel, or I could just try and just do it. And if I failed, I fail and I come home. So that was definitely what sparked the journey. I kind of just had to throw myself into something.
Since when are you now traveling?
So it's just New Zealand since October. Yeah. But I had moved abroad alone before. I'd lived in America for 1 year by myself. And then came home for a year, finished my degree, and then was I need to go again.
I feel you. But will you go back to Ireland, or will you like keep on traveling with the low budget you have at the moment?
It's difficult. So after when I leave here, I'm doing Vipassana. Have I told you about this? I'm doing a retreat in the Northlands. So I'm doing a retreat for 10 days, and then I fly back to Ireland. But once I'm in Ireland, it's very much like figuring out where to go next. It's like coming back to base to figure out the best plan. Probably somewhere I can earn a bit more money than I have been earning in New Zealand, and then like I think like the way I've been traveling is very much living somewhere for a while. Like not so much like in a car all the time. Like in New Zealand I have done that for 2 months, where I was like living in a tent and traveling the whole island, which is the most like traveling that I've ever done, like hitchhiking, the whole thing. But normally I go somewhere and I live there. Like I want to experience like living on a location for a few months.
Yeah,
it's like my favorite type.
To like really experience, just be part of the hostel family and start this community kind of stuff. Yeah, it's like, I think also a really nice thing of traveling to be in these communities and to really live in this place and to get to know the place and have your, like that the guy from the bakery shop knows your name and literally. What's your orders and stuff.
Yeah, like getting to know like the local community is so special, and I think it like unlocks something new. Like I'd love to live in so many different countries for like a few months at a time. Yeah, which is hard to do, but like that's kind of the dream. Yeah. To like stay somewhere for like 6 months.
Do you have any cool memories you want to share about the hitchhiking?
The hitchhiking? Oh, so many. Oh, I don't even know where to begin. Like there was a lot of like most of the time when I was hitchhiking here, I was in group like with another person, so I never felt too unsafe. I was like normally with a male friend, so like I've always felt pretty confident. And I know that New Zealand is like one of the safest countries in the world to hitchhike, so I was pretty confident in that. And I never hitchhiked too far. It was always just like to the next village or city, and then I would pitch my tent, and yeah. But most of the time I was fortunate enough to meet other travelers and be in their car for like a week at a time or longer. Yeah, super fortunate, because New Zealand is amazing in that it has so many campsites, so many people like living in their cars or their vans. The most I've ever seen. Like it's crazy, and you just like meet these amazing people, and everyone is so like welcome, come into my home for like as long as you need. And then it's been so special. So like such kindness in the like backpacker community in New Zealand. So much kindness. I'm sure you can already feel it like here. Yeah.
Oh, the vibe is amazing. All the people. How would you describe the difference between here, the hostel, the vibe of the people, and on the campsites? Is there a difference, or is it more the same?
Good question. It is similar. I mean, once you're in a hostel, people get into the like working mindset, which is nice. Like the like because everyone kind of works the same jobs, like either hospitality or fruit picking, whatever it is. And like there's a bit of like more something to talk to. Like you come home at the end of the day, you're like, how was work? Like there's kind of a routine to it. Whereas the only difference, not in like the type of people, but the only difference just when you're traveling is like you never know what the hell that interaction is going to be or what to even talk about. Here it's nice because you have a baseline of like we're all doing something similar we can talk about. Whereas when you're at a campground, you're like, do we even speak the same language before you start talking to someone? And then you're like, where did you come from? And that sometimes they've been here like their whole life, and they're like, I live in my van, and they're a bit offended that you asked. And then sometimes they're like, I arrived yesterday, what the hell am I doing? And like then you have to help them. So like you never know what kind of interaction. It's more rogue when you're on the campground, I think, like what type of person you're going to approach. Because a lot of people in New Zealand just live in their vans and are a bit like, no, we're not backpackers, we live like this. Yeah.
But it's really nice to live like this. Like when I was in Australia, on this one campground where I worked for a couple of months, there was this family. He sold everything. He was like in finances or something, and then decided to like lead a second different life. With his 2 sons and his wife, they had like this huge camper van with a trailer in the back and like surfboards. I think even jet ski or something strapped to the back, and like everything. and I
Just
remember
on
him
wheels.
singing reggae on the campfire, telling stories, and they homeschool their kids about like mathematics and stuff, but also philosophical questions, and it was so crazy to see how far those. I think the young one was 6, the other was 8 or 9, and they were like really far, and they were like really smart and questioning stuff, and they listened to their father. Like when I reimagine my childhood, I was like more this rebel kind of thing, and when I was told not to do something, I definitely would do it. You know,
You're like, I have to find out what happens when I do it.
Yeah. And he was like, no, stop, come back, we don't do this. And they were listening to him, you know. It's like so surprised.
What is this parenting technique
Yeah.
where your kids listen to you?
Oh, it was really, really cool. And I think that is like a lifestyle that I could picture myself also, to live in a van and like explore your own country, because I think most people, for Irish people, for German people, for New Zealand people, they don't really know their country. And it's like maybe their hometown and surrounding areas, and maybe like 1 or 2 big cities that they had to see or something. For me, I think it's Berlin and then Freiburg, because the family of my stepmom comes from Freiburg. So those were like the places that I really saw in Germany. And then there are like a few places, and St. Peter-Ording, because that's like the where my heart is. It's like the Northern Sea, and my grandfather had like a place there, but it's like really set to those locations, and the rest of Germany I have no idea how it looks like. You know?
I will say Germany is a whole different ballgame, because it's huge in comparison to Ireland, but like in Ireland I think I'm fortunate enough that I have travelled a lot of Ireland, but I don't think that's a normal thing. I think living on the West Coast, and then going to college where I went in Galway, like just kind of opens you up to that whole beautiful landscape on the west coast of Ireland, and like people love going on road trips and surfing trips, and like I was just really fortunate with like the friends that I had that I did get to travel Ireland a lot. But I'd say that's not the case for a lot of friends I have in like say Dublin. They wouldn't normally travel, like people that already are from the big cities. But I feel but Germany, it's hard to compare because it's so big.
True, but like still, when you're like in those big cities, you most of the time when you travel, you go to different countries, especially in Europe, because everything is so close.
Yeah, there was a statistic that came out on like the Irish news, RTE, where they found there's a small county in Ireland called Leitrim, and there was a statistic that more Irish people have been to Asia than have been to that part of Ireland, Leitrim. Like that was like a news headline that I read last week, and I was like, that says so much. That says so much that people like travel so far but don't even explore near home. Yeah.
Like what I also saw, I think it was on Instagram, 2 friends. They are from different cities in England, and it was cheaper for them to buy this cheap flight to Mallorca or something than buying the train ticket to each other. So they made like a weekend in, I think it was Barcelona or something, and they paid each like $50, and the train ticket would have been like 70, and they met there. And like everyone, but the cost, public transporting is so expensive. Like, what do you
expect us to say? Like, we had to meet up. I'm so excited actually for like going back to Europe, because I've met so many European people in New Zealand, and also Kiwis that will visit Europe. And I'm so excited to be like, meet me in Copenhagen, like meet me in Berlin, like to so many of the Europeans. I think we're so fortunate we can do that. Even though it's obviously not very good for the environment to be using the plane the whole time, but like being in mainland Europe, I'm excited because hopefully I hope to live in Berlin. I don't think I've talked to you about this. Hopefully in the near future, I'd love to just like explore that city and live in that city for a while. But being in mainland Europe, I hope that it's like accessible with trains.
Yes, absolutely. You have Interrail ticket.
Interrail,
I did it with 16, 17, and went for 1 month train hopping around Europe, and we did like more France, Spain, and that was pretty expensive because we were young, stupid, and we were just like spending money on random bullshit. But my younger brother, they did also with some friends the Interrail, and they went to Eastern Europe, and there they spent not really much money, had really cool places, really cool people they met, and I think it's for trains, buses, and ferries.
Oh,
so
yeah?
you could
And
also
ferries
hop
as
on
well.
ferries. I think in Norway and Scandinavia it's really cheap.
Yeah.
Me and my friend, we thought of taking the ferry from Barcelona to some place in Italy, some city, but it would have been usually $500 for the ferry ticket, and we would have to pay 125 only, which is kind of cheap, but
Which
still
is-
for young people that don't have much money, 125
It makes
is
such
still,
a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited to explore Europe. Like, I've loved New Zealand. Oh my god, like, best decision I ever made to run away. Literally to the opposite side of the world. I think New Zealand is like the opposite pole on the earth to Ireland, almost. Like, when I told my dad, he was like, why? Of all places. He's like, do you hate me? I was like, no, I love you. And he was like, it's the... I think he got like an app up on his laptop, like to figure it out. And he was like, it couldn't be further from here. I was like, listen, if I moved to Germany, you would also like not be able to see me for a few months. So.
But the time difference, I mean, 12 hours or a few hours, that's like...
Oh my god, the time difference is crazy.
Yeah.
It's 12 for you as well.
Yeah, like at the moment it's like because of the time setting, like they changed the times
Yes,
to
the
summertime.
daylight savings.
And now it's 10 hours, but before it was 12 hours.
12, yeah.
Because Germany does the same, so again 2 hours, so it's now a little bit easier to have the calls, but still 10 hours.
Yeah, we're something similar where we were 12, but now we're 13 or something. I don't know which way we went. But yeah, it's impossible. It's like only first thing in the morning or last thing at night.
Yeah.
And very often living in a hostel, you're quite drunk last thing at night, and it's not time to call your parents. It's not the time. Yeah.
Oh
No.
god. Alright.
Sorry, I was just thinking about seeing you the other morning. Can I tell the story? You can cut it out if you want.
No, tell this story.
You can cut it out. I mean,
we are raw and unfiltered, so
we are raw and
please.
unfiltered. But I also want to say before I begin this story, he's a great man for not drinking, usually, and you're very strong soul when it comes to being like, no, I'm gonna have a cup of tea instead. But this night he decided to drink. I wasn't even out on the night in question, but I was a cleaner in this hostel in the morning, and I see a figure coming towards me, a very ghostly figure in the morning. I was like, oh god, are we okay? And you were like, no, I'm not okay. And then you see that I'm holding a bin bag in my hand, and you're like, oh no, you're cleaning the bins. I was like, yeah. You're like, I may have vomited in the bin this morning. But honestly, you did a great job cleaning up.
Yeah.
It was clean. It was good.
Oh,
It is,
I was like half.
Yeah.
No, I was completely drunk while trying to clean up the mess that I did, and the worst. I think Freddie also helped a little bit.
He walked in
Yeah.
and you were vomiting beside the door. He said he opened his bedroom door and like you just lying in your underwear on the ground.
Yeah.
He's like, oh god, good morning.
Yeah, and he hit me like twice because he first hit the door and there was like something in the way, and then he tried to push it, and then he realized that it was me.
Oh no.
And I think he had like a little bit bad conscience, and he was like, "Oh no, can I get you something?" He brought me a bottle of water
Oh, he's
and
such
get
a
me some
sweetheart.
drapers and everything. It was so
He's such a
sweet.
sweetheart.
Yeah, I think he
You
would have
poor
carried me
thing.
to bed if I asked him for it, but in the end I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'll go."
You were supported. You were
Yeah.
supported. Whatever you needed, we were like,
Oh, I really felt that. Like that was the most thing that or the best thing that I could wish or ask for. And I think if you have a friend that is vomiting, like you don't have to be there, but like just be supportive and ask if they need something. Most of them they're like,
Yes.
"Oh,
no
good."
judgment.
Yeah,
No judgment.
but just be there.
We've all been there. That happened to me my first week at this hostel. I went to karaoke night, and Tom went to go shower in the morning, and he could hear me vomiting in the shower. And I was like, I'm fine! I was not fine. but the support, the moral support
Yeah.
is...
It really helps.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Well, thank you for that. That was super.
Sorry. You can cut out whatever you want.
No, that is like the point of the videos. Like I maybe cut out the beginning where we sit down, and then. But I think that's it. Like with Nick's interview, I cut up 2 minutes where he got naked, or because he was in his onesie and it was like a little bit too hot for him, and then he was like, okay, I have to take the clothes off, and did a little small change. But
Costume change.
except for that, I left everything in, and I think I will like keep it as raw and unfiltered as possible. So I will like keep.
I hate
all
that
of
I
this in.
outed you. I'm so sorry.
No!
But also want to say this man is amazing for not drinking all of the time, and in a space like this, that's so impressive. Like very, very impressive. I have stopped drinking for 1 week of my traveling in total, and I was proud of myself for that. So yeah, the fact that most of the time you're able to be like.
Yeah,
It's very
coffee,
impressive.
mate, and kombucha. That's
Very
now
impressive. The
stuff that I
diet.
got. Yeah, it's it really.
The diet. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. But it's I think also because of you guys and the support I get from you and. Like by now, I'm like, can I have a beer? Carl, you sure you want to have the beer? I mean, you want and it's like back home, I had those friends group, and they're like, "What? You're drinking water? Come on, what's wrong with you? Have a beer."
Yeah.
And here it's like really this support that I
Super
get,
supportive.
you know.
Yeah, super supportive. Even last night, I had a potato party because I'm leaving and I'm Irish, and we decided to make a load of potatoes. But one guy, I kept offering him a glass of wine. I was like, "Oh, do you want a glass of wine? A glass of wine?" And he was like, it took him 3 times saying no before he was like, I'm clean. Like he's been to rehab and doesn't drink anymore. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, no. But he's like, everyone I say it to is so supportive here. He said that about the hostel as well.
Yeah.
He was drinking tea. And I was just trying to be like aggressively nice, but I realized afterwards I was like, I need to think sometimes. Like sometimes people don't want to drink. But he immediately was like, there's no need to apologize. Everyone is so good.
Yeah.
And like this whole space has been amazing for him, and he's felt like very comfortable. Just cool.
Yeah.
Just cool. Yeah.
That's like back to the vibe of the people that we're here living with together.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. All right. What does happiness or freedom or both means to you right now in this chapter of life?
Does happiness or freedom both mean to me? Ooh, it's a big question. It means a lot to me. Freedom, happiness.
Or would you differentiate between happiness and freedom? Or is it like corresponding, going together?
I think freedom gives me happiness, for sure. I think I have realized that I don't need complete freedom all of the time to be happy as well. I think it's structure. There's a certain amount of structure that I need that I've realized while traveling that really helps me a lot. As much as I love being free and I love being able to like do crazy things like this, like explore a new country, I do like a certain amount of structure. I think traveling, I've really learned so much from the different types of people that I've met, and from each of them I've taken away things that I have realized will make me happier and make me feel more free, and things that won't. For example, like I love and respect a lot of people I've met, but some I'm like, you have lost yourself in the amount of freedom that you have when traveling, and you maybe have an issue with drink or drugs, or like you've let yourself get too free, and now you've lost the happiness. There's actually quite a fine balance between the two, which I never had thought about before. It's really, really interesting. Like, and then there's some people where I'm like, you have way too much structure on your traveling and how you travel, and or how you work, or you put too much pressure on how you work, and now you've lost the happiness in it, and you've like there has to be a certain balance of the two. Like I think total freedom wouldn't make me happy, which I've realized, which is super. I don't know if I'm answering your questions properly at all. I'm trying.
I think not. I think that's also about those questions, that they're like kind of vague, that you have a lot of freedom to answer them. And I absolutely agree with you that there has to be some kind of discipline in yourself to be able to be happy. And also that the morning runs for me, or to not drink, brings me happiness and joy. But like on a long run, and it's like, like you say, that the more freedom you have and the more freer you live, the more fucked up your life can get, and the more it's like a downward spiral, that you don't, like, you are too much in your freedom, and like I can do whatever the fuck I want, and you just destroy the connections you have with people because you tend to ignore them, or say I'll just do it later. Then the opposite, when you have too much structure and too much discipline, that you like, no, I have to do my morning run tomorrow, so I won't be going out with you guys. This is also the thing that can destroy the happiness. And I absolutely agree with you that like it's a corresponding, but this.
And I think we're all trying to work it out, and I definitely tip the balance the wrong way sometimes. Like both are very important to travelers in general. Freedom and happiness is like kind of what everyone's striving for. And I think we learn a lot from each other and watching other fellow travelers and how they're managing and how they're balancing things. Like I have learned so much from the different types of people, and I've taken away different things that I would love to continue, like personality traits from people that are close to you that you're like, I'd love to keep this up, but there's also aspects of you that I think that you push the line too much in the discipline or push the line too much in the free-spiritedness. Like I've met so many people that are such like crazy free spirits, but there's a lot of that I know would make me miserable. Like I would just run wild and go a bit too crazy. I think that's another reason why I'd like to like travel, but also like live in that place for a longer period of time, like a few months at a time, and then maybe move country and live there for a few months at a time. Instead of like constantly moving, I think I need a little bit of structure for a short period of time. Instead of just, even though I loved like living in a car and go, but I think I couldn't do that for long. And people that do, it suits some people, but yeah, that doesn't bring me happiness personally all of the time.
But I think it also depends on the van or the car that you live in. Like if you are in this cramped combi or something and have to sleep in that, but then you have like this really huge Sprinter van, there I could picture myself more.
Actually, I can actually say that I had the opposite experience in New Zealand.
No way.
So I started off in a very spacious, gorgeous car that belonged to this German girl that I lived with, and we started traveling together, and we just didn't connect. We kept disagreeing on things. I think it was the people more so than the space, I realized, because then I moved to traveling in this tiny beat up Lancer. And it's a small car, and there's 3 of us packed in, me and 2 of my guy friends, and like if you were sitting in the back seat, all of the stuff was falling on top of you, like it was just piled high beside you, like you're crushed in. And I had the best time of my life. I lived in a tent, there was no space, I shared it with one of the other guys, we were crammed together, and it was the happiest month of my life. Like I was on cloud 9. So it was more so for me the people, and also knowing that it was kind of short term, that really helped me. But when I was in the spacious car, I was like, this isn't for me. This traveling isn't for me.
But I think it's like really about the people. Like
people,
when you really imagine that you have the with the 2 guys and then have the spacious car where nothing is falling onto. Do you think it would still be this? Well, of course, it wouldn't be the same experience, but
there was something about the struggle of it that I loved, to be honest. Like it gave us something to do every day to like have to stack the Jenga pieces of the car up together so it didn't fall, and like not having any water, not having any battery power, whereas the van had like a huge battery that we could just easily charge our phones. There was actually something about like having to do tasks for the day and struggling to put up the tent and put it down, that like made the traveling days go by, like it gave us more of a routine. I think than living in the spacious car that has it all. Every day was just like too easy. I don't know if that's
I feel like when I have those few to-do lists, for me it helps to have this morning routine. I do my bed, drink a little sip of water, and then I do my mouthwash with coconut oil. And those are like 3 easy. I was seeing this video that it's like helping with your Livia, and it's like antibacterial, and really helps, especially the gum, not really much the teeth, but the gum to keep it healthy and strengthen it. And I always had like gum bleeding, and it was like not really good teeth, and also I had like bad breath. And since then, it's basically gone.
I need to talk to you about your skincare in general. This morning you came with natural deodorant, and I'm so curious. There's so many. I'm so curious. We need to talk about it afterwards.
I have to check if I have. No, I don't have it. But I bought something else. I bought some wood that you can burn to as an incense, and you can $6.50 at the Woohoo shop. And I was like, ooh.
This smells. Incredible.
Yeah, it's like a natural incense that I can take everywhere with me, and I can just like burn it, light it, tap it out, and then I can reuse this thing for
forever.
Yeah, this is
I love it.
another one of those gimmicks that I found today. It was today was a really good day.
Successful
Yes.
day of gimmick buying.
But
Successful.
I think what would be like my number one list is like this coconut oil, because you can also use it for skin. I use it instead of sunscreen, because fuck sunscreen. Sunscreen is like the absolute worst thing you can do to your skin. Of course, it blocks out the bad thing, but also all the good things from the sun. I mean, vitamin D and all this stuff, like we need sun to live, and then someone came to we just block out the sun. That is a good idea. So, if you want to get tan, but don't fuck up the skin too much, just the coconut oil sprayed on the skin works like a charm.
Okay.
Of course, you have to be responsible and don't be in the sun for 3 hours and like, oh, I'm gonna.
Especially in New Zealand.
Especially in New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah.
But so far, I haven't used any sunscreen in the last 2 years.
And you're still
fine. Yeah, I used to have like sun allergy, or I think it was sun allergy. Like I went out into the sun 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I got like red blisters everywhere. It was burning like hell and itching. And I think it was because of my use of sunscreen.
Really?
And I saw this video, I think it was on Instagram, and then I did like a deep dive into the rabbit hole of sunscreen and how bad it is actually.
Okay.
And then I stopped using sunscreen and looked for alternatives and found coconut oil. And then I used coconut oil, and after I think it was a couple of months, and it was gone. And so far I can be out in the sun without sunscreen or anything, and nothing happens. And my skin is like, oh, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so soft. Your skin is so soft. I was not expecting.
Coconut oil and this other herbal oil.
I'm gonna have to start just smothering my body in coconut oil.
Yeah, in the beginning I was like, this is for food. I use it for cooking, and then I use it on me. But it's like actually.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah, I think I'll do like also one of the subsections for my Instagram channel, do like a list with what my alternatives are for like toothpaste. For I use no shampoo or anything, but I just use a bar of soap for everything.
Since I shaved my head, have been trying that as well, because I used to be the kind of, my hair was always dyed, so I always had to use like dye in it, and then a special shampoo and a special conditioner. Like so many products were going into my hair. But I shaved my head while I was in New Zealand, and I've been trying to not put any kind of anything in it and see what happens, and it's so soft. It's so soft.
Oh my god.
It's so fluffy. I feel so fluffy.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
I literally every day I'm like, what? Like just naturally. Like I haven't put any, so I'm the same now. I just have a bar of soap. Yeah. And that's it.
And for trending, it's so good.
Much better. It's so much better. And I was living in a tent, and my hair just felt like shit every day. Like I was just like, ugh. And then I shaved it, and I feel free, alive, happy, feminine. And I don't have to shower as much.
But it's like also convenient when you travel. You don't always have the chance or opportunity to really go for a shower.
Yeah.
And with those soap bars, it's like natural, organic, so you can just go into lake or river and wash yourself, and don't have to worry, what's going to happen with the fish or the environment.
Yeah. There's been so many, especially in New Zealand, like gorgeous like springs to just wash yourself in that they recommend. A lot of the campsites, they're like, the river's there, the fresh water spring is there, go for it.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like I think in the moment it's like this really shift of coming back to more natural and organic ways of skincare, also healthcare, like herbal medicine, or then when you have a cold, just I had my hot ginger lemon, and that was it, you know, like I feel fine again. And it feels so good to be able to not use this, or to be able to just get along with this little you have, and what would be a good when you have a mosquito bite, there's this plant with those leaves that are like kind of pointy, and you just take those leaves, crumble them, put them on the it, and it goes away. In German it's called Spitzwegerich. I have no idea what it's
Is it like a dock leaf?
Something kind of that's for like darkish green, but I'm not sure if that is a smart idea to just go into the internet while I'm doing the video, but I don't give a shit. It's normal. Hello there.
Because I suffer from really bad mosquito bites, like they swell quite big for me. So if this is some hack that I did not know about this whole time in New Zealand, I'm going to be furious. Is this plant in New Zealand?
I know that it's in Germany, and I found it in a lot of other places. I saw the same plant, I think, here as well. And then what grows in every next to the road, and basically
it's
everywhere. And you can either like boil it up, use it as a kind of tea, and then you have this, or the cold water, and then you rub it on, or you just take the plant and like you have to be close to the plant when it happens.
That's something I've never had to combat before in New Zealand, was mosquito bites. Like I don't know if we just don't have mosquitoes in Ireland, or I haven't ever suffered from getting bitten, but since I've lived here, I have gotten eaten alive, mainly like around my ankles, because you know they're just like exposed in the evenings and just so bad.
It's also so
bad. I
annoying.
have permanent scars, I would say. Yeah.
We had in Australia, we were covered in sandflies.
Sandflies are the worst.
Yeah.
There was one campsite I was at which was infested, and we in the morning woke up, realized how bad it was, and we were like, go, pack up. We packed up the tent in 30 seconds, threw it into the car, all of us got in, I was driving, and as I'm driving I could just feel them on my feet, and I was like, guys, they're in the car. So we had to open like what you're meant to do if there's a lot of sandflies in your car is like roll down all the windows and just drive as fast as you can, and they just go try and get sucked out. So stressful. Like driving and getting eaten alive.
I mean, you have
so
to
stressful.
Be careful with the road that nothing happens. And
of course. Yeah, it's super distracting because you're like.
Yeah.
As you're
I can't
driving.
imagine.
Yeah. Not fun.
Yeah, we had the great idea to cut the nails so we can't scratch ourselves. But then we just started to rub.
Yeah.
And we had I had this open patch of like flesh wound because I used to rub so much that it's so like itchy. Opened up. It's
so itchy. I haven't looked in a while, but yeah, some definitely some scars from these guys, these bad boys.
Let me check how long are we progressing into you. Ooh, 35 minutes. That is pretty good. We have some time. Okay.
Good.
How about we do finish the sentence? Okay. Okay, I have so far 3 possibles for you, and you can choose. I used to believe, these days I trust all, I'll never forget the moment. I have to give more options.
Maybe these days I trust.
Okay, these days I trust.
I trust the process. I trust the process. I have stopped trying to figure out what the fuck is gonna happen next, and I'm trusting the process because it has always worked out.
That is good.
It has
that is
always
really
worked out, and the amount of times that I've gotten really overwhelmed and anxious and been like, oh, I'm moving to this, like Taronga, for example. I was like, oh my god, I'm moving to this new hostel, I don't know anybody, I'm totally alone. Trust the process. Even if it goes badly, then you can deal with that. I think you just have to let things happen. So, yeah.
Oh, that is really good. But that's one of the best advices is like really to trust the process and go with the flow.
Just let it take you. Let the wave take you. If you fight the wave, you're gonna drown. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like that's true.
It makes actually a lot of sense. I mean, when you, like for example, when you're in the current, and the current will like push you underneath and do something with you.
And sometimes you have to let it just knock you about, and then you come out better for it.
Yeah, or on a beautiful beach or something.
Or in a stranded on a not fun beach, but then you can get out of that situation afterwards. I think, you have to let things just happen, and the more you fight it sometimes,
I think it's also about the acceptance of things, that you, when you have this inner peace and accept also the bad things with the good, that you are more prone to just continue. But when you are like focusing on the bad, then you're like stuck in your mind, and then you like repeat those same things,
the cycle
continues, and you just are caught up in all this bad kind of shit that you focus on it, and then your life becomes miserable. And when you have this positive mindset, we'll turn out eventually, everything will turn out fine. You will get through those or difficult times way easier.
It's so much easier said than done, but it is so important. Like, for example, with me leaving tomorrow, I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and they were like, "Oh my God, I'm so upset that you're leaving. Like, I don't know if I'll ever see you again." And I realized I've become a lot more of a positive person because I was like, "Isn't it so crazy that we met?" I was like, "You're from the opposite side of the world to me, and isn't it so amazing that we did get to meet for a while, and that like maybe we'll cross paths again, and like we both, if we really like love each other and want to see each other again, we will make that happen." And like you have to just trust. You like if you let yourself get overwhelmed in the bad and in the sad, I think then you don't allow space for like the new exciting thing to happen. Yeah, but it's so much easier said than done. Of course, sometimes it gets like utterly overwhelming and.
Yeah, I mean we're still just humans, and life happens, and sometimes we're just like a leaf in the wind that is like washed or flown away. But then again, sometimes we're able to gain the control and like use the current of the wind to fly to a certain position that we want to.
Use it to help us.
Yes.
Yeah, to push us. Yes, got very deep. Got very deep. Getting into it.
I like it. That's what it's all about, you know. That's what I'm trying. Maybe I'm able to get another interview done today, and then I have lots of time to be editing. And the best thing is like I get to like watch everything while editing it. I was like, oh damn, that was so good.
I'm so grateful that you asked me this morning. I'm so grateful.
Thank you for having me.
Because I was watching the first video that he did with Nick, and like watching through it, and I was hyping you up. I was like, this is such a great idea, and I love this. And like, yeah, it's just really, really lovely that you came to me this morning.
Yeah, like
thank you. I really appreciate it.
I really wanted to interview you, and then I was like, she's leaving. Oh my God. Okay, I have to take the chance. You know.
No, I really appreciate you. I'll give you a quick hug. Really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
And shout out to the poncho.
Oh yeah, I think I'll eventually will wear it, but at the moment it's like such a good weather that it's like too warm. I got it with me like in case I need it and wear it, but not yet.
The weather will take a turn, don't worry.
Oh,
you will need it. You will need it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just that I see it. Have you ever heard of Media? It's the goddess of something. It's I think from the Greek mythology, and basically Media was the goddess of I think it was similar to Dionysus with like plays and theaters and stuff, and then they use media like social media and everything and put the name of the goddess of theaters and stuff in it. Have you ever heard? Because a friend of mine noticed it, and I was like, I have just like, who is Media goddess of blah, 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 because I wanted to Google it. I was like, oh, and now that I see it, I completely forgot about it.
That's so interesting.
But yeah, it's I think a lot of terms and things that we use today originated like way back. For example, the Bluetooth symbol, it's the rune of the king Bluetooth. Out of Norwegian, and
That's
like
wild.
it was some I think some students created Bluetooth, and they were like, okay, we need a symbol, we need the name for this shit, and then one of the guys was like, yeah, there's this king Bluetooth who added Bluetooth, and this is like his rune.
That's really cool. We love the nerds that came up with these things, and they were like, no one's ever gonna notice, but we're gonna put this really secret like Easter egg in there. That's really cool.
My head is filled with random shit like this.
I love this. I love this. Every time I look at it, it's full of beautiful bursting ideas, man.
Oh yeah.
Creativity.
Do you want to do one more question before we come to the end?
I would love.
All right. Like I think sometimes I'm just trying to come up with good questions, but at the moment my brain is like going to all different kinds of things.
Would not know how to navigate what you're doing, so you are doing an amazing job.
Thank you very much. Ooh, I like this one. What kind of comfort do you miss most?
Ooh, like from home?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good question. I mean, I guess the big one is the comfort of like I have like such an amazing support system of family and friends, Well, like my dad is like my support system. So yeah, that's always the scary thing going traveling, because you're like, I am fully like leaving behind any support that I have, and I'm terrible at using my phone. I'm so hard to contact, like really, really hard to contact. All of my friends like hate me. I never reply to anything. But yeah, like he would be the big one, and then like on a small scale, my hot water bottle. I have like a penguin hot water bottle.
That sounds so cool.
And I always regret not bringing it. And I could pack it, but like it's one of those things I'm like, no, I'm gonna leave that behind. But it's like a teddy bear, but you can put like hot water in there.
I had one of them.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed with it, and I always leave it behind. I don't know.
I feel mine was Baloo from the Jungle Book.
Oh,
and
cute.
Also really fluffy. Mm-hmm. It's
so cute.
Yeah, it's also one of the regrets. Like I can absolutely feel you.
And it's one of those things that I left behind because I was like, no, it's fine, I don't need it. And then I look for something similar everywhere I go. Do you have those items from home that you're like, oh, that's too big to bring, but everywhere you go you look for that jacket or something similar, or those pairs of pants, and I always that's one thing that I'm always like searching for a hot water bottle that's similar, and I haven't found.
I feel you. Well, I think this time I brought everything that I really wanted, but now I'm like way overpacked, like way too much stuff.
Because you've got some cool things. You've got some very cool things.
But like,
yeah.
so much.
Are you gonna do like a shipment home, a package of things?
Oh, I did. When I was in Nepal, I sent 2.5 kilograms home. But it was more souvenirs and just like random stuff. Some honey, some scarves, some jewelry, like for brothers, sisters, friends, family. But not really stuff that I did not really need anymore. But I think eventually before leaving New Zealand I have to do it and like really sort through, especially because of clothing. I have so much new stuff, and it's so great. So I have to see, okay, this is new me, this is old me.
It's so difficult. That's the hardest part as well. Like because the only time I've had to take a flight and I haven't been like in a car was I flew from Queenstown back up to the North Island, back up to Auckland. So I had to have my bag at a certain weight for the first time in New Zealand. So I had to leave behind like half of my, because like carrying way too much stuff, you're like, okay, I've done this to myself. Like I want to keep all of my random crap that I found. But getting on a flight, I had to get rid of half of it. And that hurt.
Oh.
That hurt a lot.
Fuck, but I want to go to the South Island. That means I have to, if I take the flight, I have to.
But you could post things back to Germany if you need. But it's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely keep the mocha pot.
Yes, yes, coffee is necessity.
Oh, I have way too much stuff right now. Okay, this is a problem for me, not for everyone else. I think one of the comfort was for me, own fridge. Not to have to share the fucking fridge the whole time. Oh, just you open up and everything is sorted. You can just take out whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, or having my own room. My entire time I lived in New Zealand, actually, scratched my dad and my hot water bottle. It's my own room. I haven't slept in a room by myself in 8 months. And when I lived in the tent, I also shared that tent with my friend Finn. So at no point have I slept in a space by myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have withdrawals when I go home. I'll be like, I need someone else in the room in a bunk bed beside me. Like, why am I alone? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah.
Oh, but maybe in the retreat you have your own room.
Maybe.
Fingers
Only
crossed.
time will tell.
Alright, then, if you could give one piece of soulful advice to someone standing on the edge of change, what would that be?
Someone standing on the edge of change. I mean, definitely accept that it's not going to be the same, and don't try and make it stay the same. I think things are way more painful when change is happening and you're like clasping at it to like not change. Just, you have to accept whatever is coming next is a total new chapter. You're leaving things behind. You can miss those, that's okay. You can cry, you can mourn that, but you have to accept that that's in the past. Accept what's coming and get excited. I think turning anxiety into excitement is very key, because they're very similar emotions. You can train yourself to, like, I find it difficult, like, this is crazy advice, but yeah, like, they're very, very similar emotions, being excited and being anxious. So sometimes you can push yourself one way or another if you decide to have a certain mindset about change.
I don't think I have anything to add to that except like trust the process. All right, then we come to the end. Is there anything else you want to share from the bottom of your heart to the listeners before we end our conversation?
Oh, from the bottom of my heart. Well, I'm just very grateful to you. I'm very grateful to you for inviting me to talk. It's been crazy. It's been nice. Yeah, and New Zealand is full of amazing fucking people. It really is, and you're gonna have an amazing time for the rest of your travels. I wish you so much, giving you all of my love that I've had here.
Thank you.
Because the most incredible community of backpackers and travelers, like, really. I'm sure that there's amazing communities everywhere, but New Zealand has like an amazing community. Amazing. Yeah,
It's great.
Bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful to everyone I've met here. Every small interaction has just been so filled with kindness. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I really feel that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And I think it was like really cool conversation in the beginning. It was
Yeah.
like, how's it going to be? But then it's like so cool, and sometimes you just forget that there's a camera like filming us, and we just had a really cool conversation. And
you're really good at this. You're really good at like getting people to talk and making me feel comfortable, and like the coffee and everything. Like, thank you. You're really like, you're amazing at setting a tone and like carrying the conversation.
Thank you so much. Like, this is like the third interview I've ever done. It's like, it feels kind of natural, you know?
Yeah,
it's
you're
just
really
so much
good
fun.
at it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You made me feel so comfortable because I was quite nervous. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
This is the best!
Oh, you're such a sweetheart.
Thank you. Alright, then I have only one thing to say. Stay curious, stay grounded, and stay true to who you are. Oh, do you know Gaelic?
A little bit.
What is thank you in Gaelic?
Thank you. Why has it gone? Gurv Mahagut.
Gurv Mahagat.
Gurv Mahagut.
Gurv Mahagat.
And Slán. That's goodbye.
Slán.
Slán.